Does it look like a halo over me? I don't know. It's 11 o'clock, and I couldn't help but have the sun coming in. I need that vitamin D. Maybe you can pick up some of the vitamin D through the screen. Woo! Maybe. I don't know. It's time for Be Encouraged Morning Mayhem. Join us this morning. We would love it if you would. Don't forget, we're here every morning, 11 a.m.
Check this.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you guys doing this morning? If you'd like to join us this fine, wonderful morning, well, then I would like for you to then just grab hold of this little, hold on, let me put it up here for you so you can have it. Boom, 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 boom. There it is. That is how you can come into the show. So if you want to be on the show, just put this in. It's all lowercase. You don't have to remember uppercase, lowercase, bull, hiki. Don't worry about it. It's all lowercase. So you just put in PJ6EC22Z3I. And we have a couple people already watching. Glad to hear it. Carrie Crawford, you want to be part of it? I want you to be part of this show. Come on now. You're one of the Morning Mayhem standards. We need you on the show. So I'm going to send a couple links out to a few of our friends out there in the real world instead of this video crazy world that we live in. And Morning Mayhem is actually going to become a huge, big hit if we can get all of our Morning Mayhem people to join us, especially Miss Carrie Crawford. Miss Carrie Crawford. Okay. Let's see what we got here, folks. Computer's running a little slow this morning, but kind of to be expected on a Thursday morning when everyone in the world. There's Clark Crawford. There's my friend Gretchen Miller. Let's have you join Morning Mayhem. Join Morning Mayhem. So there's that one. Let's find Miss Carrie. There she is. Carrie Crawford, come on here. Let's just talk about stuff, man. It's just regular stuff. Just stuff. You know what I mean? You can ask all kinds of questions of me. I know you don't have any because we're close. We're buddies. There's Billy Riley. Let's see if he wants to come on the Morning Mayhem. He said he was in on that. So let's see if he is. And let's see if who else wants to join us. If you want to join us, folks, let us know. We would like to. Let's see here. Lisa Marie. Morning Mayhem, folks. That's what we're all about here this morning. If you want to join, like I said, this is the thing to join in. Everyone is welcome to do that. We've got lots of people joining in. Don't forget to like and share. Morning Mayhem, Morning Mayhem, Morning Mayhem, Morning Mayhem is what the show is that we are developing as we are on the air. So if you are inclined, good morning, Meg Southern. How are you this morning? If you're so inclined, we want to talk about all kinds of stuff. Like, for instance, one of the things I want to talk about is how many people here watch TV? How many people are just streaming TV shows without commercials? Well, commercials this morning, I was watching Law and Order, SVU, one of my favorite shows, and commercials are coming on, and I'm watching this. So I know people are going to have an explanation for this, but I don't feel like, I think it's a stretch. Okay. It's a stretch. And that is this. Okay. They're talking about how it's Leaf Filter. I'm going to say the company's name. I don't think I should, but I'm going to. Leaf Filter is the company's name. And they're talking about we're going to keep you from having clogged gutters. And it looks like a good product. Don't get me wrong. We're going to keep only water going into the gutters, whatever. And then all of a sudden they cut to, look at your cracked foundation. Then they go back to the look. What, Leaf Filter's going to keep you from getting a cracked foundation? Wow. Now, being a guy who's worked in construction and knows how those things work, he needed a little bit more explanation. You can't just point and go, look, your foundation's cracked. And then they go back to the reason the foundation could possibly be cracked, not if it's a well-built house, because of the water overflowing in the gutters, is because the water is coming down next to the house and it's saturating the ground, and therefore the house is coming like leaning one way or the other, and it causes a shift in the foundation, which may cause cracks. All right, number one. Number two, in Virginia and Maryland, almost all the seaboard, the clay is so close to the top that's what the houses sit on. They sit on clay. So so it's crazy. It's crazy that people are thinking that. Clogged gutter overflow. And I know, you know what, Carrie, I understand. But what I'm saying is there's no dirt in Virginia. It's all clay. And water does not saturate clay. So there. Come on the show and debate it with me, kiddo. That's what I want. That'll be fun. That would be fun. The link's right there, Lura. It's right there. Okay. Happy Thursday. And so that's crazy. Crazy. By the way, Tura is still the only one that has any love for us or me. Hold on. How do we do this? It only works that way. It only works when you do this. So maybe I'll go like this. Oops, there you go. Yes, I'm silly. Silly as silly get. Just dropped a viewer. I'm sorry. I was doing my Blake Shelton impersonation, folks. There's somebody back. All right. So, Morning Mayhem. I want you guys to join us. There's the link right there. We would love for a whole crew of people to come in here and join us and see what's going on. Please do like and share so we know who's out there watching and you're not stalking all of us here at the show. I'm not worth stalking, that's for sure. So I'm looking for, okay. Oy, oy, oy. We are sending out a link. There we go. That's a guy. Love the guy. Love him, love him, love him. So, anyway, so this is what we're doing this morning. We're having a little bit of fun. We're going to be talking about things like that. I mean, just goofy stuff. So if you want to join us, by all means do. Okay. Hi, Tora.
What's up, buddy?
How are you?
Great. We have some awesome guests coming on this afternoon at 4:30 and 4:45.
Yeah? Who's that?
Well, we have the one person from the Fairfax County Health Department, and we also have Caboose Commons coming on the show to talk about their work in the community delivering meals to first responders. And tomorrow, you're going to be having somebody coming on to talk about the face masks and face shields that they've been making. Tejas Patel from Volunteer Fairfax referred me to him.
Outstanding. That's really cool. That's good. And we also need to remind people that the INOVA coming up in August, and that's still a ways away, is having a blood drive at the American Legion Post 177. So we want to make sure we continue to do that and tell people about that. By the way, bloodletting is completely and utterly safe. The Surgeon General, everybody's already said you're not going to get COVID by going and giving blood. So that's something you need to remember. Of course, it's funny because there's so many of these things that we hear that sound like it's not what they've been saying. It sounds a little bit like they're separating it because it's something they need. When they need something, they're not going to make a big deal out of it, COVID. But when they don't need something, COVID, you're going to get it.
Right.
So I always wondered about how that exactly works, because when you're giving blood, there's someone who's standing there next to you giving you blood that you don't know who they are, and you're trusting that they're medical professionals and that they're fine, but you don't know, and they're within a foot of you, so it's not like even 6 foot separation. Now, that's not to say don't give blood. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that these people have been tested, they've been quarantined. They also know the symptoms themselves, so I would recommend that you definitely go and give blood. They need it. We need it badly, so please go and do that. It's definitely necessary.
Especially during this pandemic, a lot of folks need it. So it's great to give back. They're doing it in August, and so if folks are interested, it's floating all around social media. I'm going to be sharing it as well, the flyer. But it would be nice to get folks out there to support the cause, and I'm sure you guys at More Jam Media could potentially have a visibility out there, like a table to promote More Jam Media.
Well, I don't know why we couldn't do that, except for that there's still a lot of people going back and forth, and I don't want to scare anybody off with my big lug, thinking that I'm going to give them something. But that's a good idea. I mean, we want to start doing that for sure, Tora. But we still need to make sure that it's going to be safe, and
right.
When we're going to invite people out to different events, we want to make sure the events are good, safe, and solid, and they're not causing any trouble. I need to find out where the local drive-in, the stand-up drive-ins are going to be for the weekend, so we can tell people where to go in their car to watch the show. There's also, it's funny, I just saw something about one of the bands up in Martha's Vineyard or up in Hampton, something like that, or up in Massachusetts, was having a concert, and it was a drive-in concert. Okay.
Wow.
And everyone's supposed to park their car, watch the concert, or they can get out and stay within their parking space, right? That didn't happen. Everybody came down to the stage and packed the front of the stage.
Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of, because people are just
silly. I'm here in Ocean City, and while it's outside, the boardwalk seems to be relatively safe.
But you always want to be careful, because there might be those regular people that just don't like social distancing, and they want to just go do whatever they want, especially the college.
And when you're outside, that's one of the things that happens. So anyway,
can you hear me?
I can hear you, but I don't see you.
Yeah, sorry, that happens when folks are trying to call me.
I know.
It's all good. But yeah, no, I mean, you just got to be careful, because there are people out there because right now we're getting close to the college season where folks are going to be going back to school. And so it's so a few weeks before the semester starts, all these high school kids tend to go to the beaches and start flooding the beaches and partying.
Yeah, that's right.
You got to be careful about that.
Well, and the ACC just announced that they're going to going forward with their season.
I saw.
And I think, didn't I see that Notre Dame is joining the ACC?
You did.
Wow, that's crazy.
That should be fun.
Should be fun.
And also, NFL is resuming.
I kind of thought that was going to happen. So, I mean, the colleges I knew was going to happen, and I felt like the NFL probably was going to do it too.
Did you hear about high school? High schools are going to start sports again in the winter.
Yeah, in the winter, but they're not doing anything in the fall, and they're gonna hopefully have a plan in place so that they can have them safely in the wintertime. Although most all the sports in the wintertime are indoors, so I don't know how you do wrestling at a safe distance. I don't.
Yeah.
I mean, you can play volleyball at a somewhat
Well,
safe distance.
I'm curious to know how they're actually going to play it out because winter is cold and there's snow. So how are they actually going to do football in the winter?
Well, they won't do football in the winter. Winter sport. Football's not a winter sport. They're talking about sports that are normal for the winter. Swimming, for instance, uh, gymnastics, not basketball. Yeah, basketball. Basketball's over the winter also, and volleyball and those sports. They're all indoor sports. So they won't have other sports in the wintertime. They'll only have the sports that are normally scheduled in the wintertime. So they're not going to have baseball in the
Good to
winter,
know.
for instance. They'll have that in the spring. So that's how that'll work.
Yeah, and I'm also curious after tomorrow how you will. It's going to be awesome to see how you're going to run your Monday night shows
Why?
because BK Blaster's out of town.
Not a problem. I mean, Bill's the man. He does a lot of research, but we'll be able to handle it without him.
Also, while we're here, I wanted to take a moment to, if he's watching, I wanted to wish BK Blaster a happy birthday. Hope you have an awesome birthday today.
Nice. You're so nice. You're so nice. And so tonight's the last show. So, yeah, hopefully this last show.
Today's Thursday, though. You talk about tomorrow.
Oh, it's tomorrow night. I'm sorry. You're right. You're right. I forget what day of the week it is. I'm on vacation, man. I don't care what day of the week it is.
Well, you seem to have had a great show last night. You had so many people watching.
We did. We had a great show Monday and Wednesday, and hopefully we can translate all of that over to our shows with more joy that are kind of part of our little coffee clutch of friends and family members and stuff. So.
Yeah,
hopefully that'll work.
My suggestion would be, I mean, you mentioned you wanted to move it to earlier. I mean, that's a good idea, but you have to like go with the morning crew, like folks who can actually, or morning people, basically.
It's okay. We can do that. I mean, it doesn't have to. I think mornings is a good time to do it. People are getting to work. They can join in before they start getting going. What?
I said right. You're right about that.
Yeah. So also, we'll have little topics, and it depends on how many people are going to be on. We're going to have lots of things going on with it.
Also, I wanted to mention Meg Sutter, who's a good friend of yours, has asked to be on your show sometime tomorrow or next week to talk about her new fundraiser that she's doing. I'm sure you've seen it on Facebook. It's called Believe.
No.
She's fundraising for a very great cause, and she's actually raised a good amount of money. Also, I've been talking to some of my colleagues. We are going to be doing a fundraiser for More Joy Media to help you guys fundraise for your shows to help it move forward.
Wow.
Because you guys are going to the national level now. You're going to get a lot more people watching nationally.
Yes, we do need to get some things in line, but I'm trying to put a Kickstarter together, and I think now is a good time to start it. So that whatever you fundraise, you can put towards the Kickstarter.
Right, and I also wanted to make a plug for the new things that I'm working on.
Okay.
I am going to be doing a fundraiser to help raise money for God, I forget the name of. Oh yeah, for DARC. It's a wonderful disabilities organization. Me and Tara Hager and Meg Suttard and Lizette Godfrey and the whole team, we kind of teamed up for this because we think the ARC is a wonderful organization, and NAMI as well.
We've had the ARC on. We'd love to have them back on another time. That'd be great.
Right. They just had a wonderful webinar the other night with a bunch of parents that were talking about different issues affecting folks with disabilities. And it was nice to see all those parents on the call. And so basically what we're doing is we're trying to raise money for these two causes, especially NAMI, which is a great mental health organization, to raise awareness about mental health awareness. And so I am working with the great Billy Riley, we are constantly looking for a venue for the event. We are also going to do a Zoom option for folks that do not want to come in person.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of which, I actually had to quarantine a couple more weeks because one of my good friends got contracted to COVID.
Oh.
Yeah, and
You've been in contact with him, huh?
He was actually on your show the other night.
Who?
James Zapatelli.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Too bad.
But anyways, I hope your vacation's going well. Enjoy the sun, and you should definitely check out the Boardwalk Fries. They're the best.
I know they are. I believe me, but you know what? I'm at 12th Street, and it's all the way down at 1st Street, and I took a hike last night, staying away from people and leaving my mask on. Everybody walks on the boardwalk because it's outside. Some people wear masks, some people don't, and I'm not really afraid when it's outside, but I still wear my mask. And I went down, and I didn't make it all the way down there. I don't know how far. I made it far enough to get the Sumsers, where Sumsers is down there.
Yeah,
and I got myself an orange swirl ice cream cone, and then turned around and headed back.
We might be going to the beach sometime in August. It's probably going to be. It's definitely not going to be Delaware because the numbers of whatever keeps going up there. So we're probably going to end up going somewhere that's safe. Probably where you are, Ocean City, Maryland. We're considering.
I don't know how, I haven't heard the details on how safe and stuff, but everyone here seems to be, wearing their masks. All the stores tell you have to wear your mask to come in their place. I haven't always seen that. However, when I was walking down, there's some of the t-shirt shops. People are in there looking at t-shirts and didn't have masks on, and I was like, that's a little too close quartered for me. I thought about getting a t-shirt, but I looked. There's a place right next door that has shirts, and I was looking, and there's some really cool shirts, but none of them, sadly, my size.
Yeah, so, and you also last night I went to dinner family and Vienna Community Center. I noticed a whole bunch of groups that were not wearing a mask or socially distancing, and it's mostly young folks who are like high schoolers. They just want to hang out with their friends.
They are very low risk, but at the same time, you still have to be safe.
Yeah, I mean, I get that high schoolers want to hang out with their friends. But
I don't know what the latest numbers are on the CDC, and I'm not.
Yeah, we're not talking about that.
Well, I'm just saying the numbers are very, very low. So
yeah, in our area that is, but in Hampton Roads and Richmond, it's gotten higher.
No. I'm talking about across the nation. So some places are higher and some places are lower, but the average is you have a 99.96 chance that you will not get COVID. 99.96. So only 0.04 of our population in the United States is going to contract COVID, and of that, it's even lower percentage are going to die. So,
that's true.
And the people who are dying, of course, as we know, for the most part, are high risk. Very, very few low risk people are dying of COVID, even if they contract it. I had my good friend Tony Dean on, who he had it, and then he not only did he have it, but he also gave it to his wife and his mother-in-law. They all went through the whole system, went through the whole process. They all did it at home, though. They didn't have to go into the hospital, thankfully. And they went through the COVID. It's just like, it's not just like getting the flu, but it's closer and closer becoming just like getting a really bad case of the flu that you can, and hundreds of people, if not thousands every year, die from. So I want to encourage people to just do what you're supposed to be doing. I don't know, my friend Carrie Crawford just wrote, this is encouraging. I don't know if she's being serious or sarcastic.
Well, my thing is, look, if you feel sick or if you have symptoms, go get checked immediately because
Yes,
you don't because
absolutely.
you don't last thing you would want is to spread that to your family and friends.
Absolutely. Yes, sir. That's very wise words from Mr. Tora Arsala. Yeah, no question about that, my friend.
And
If you're feeling,
you're also gonna have a COVID survivor coming on your show next week.
yeah, I had Tony Dean on the other morning, so I would love to have another one. That'd be great. It's fine. Great.
But this person, he was actually the first patient out of an Inova Fairfax Hospital to be released.
That's what you told me. Yeah, that's
Hmm.
great.
His
Can't
story is
wait to
very
meet.
his story is very inspirational. Like he overcame a lot, and it was I mean he's a personal friend of mine too. Like it was great to see him. And you're getting some comments too. That's
Yes,
an angry. That's an angry face.
yeah, I don't know if it means she's not. It means we're not being encouraging. I think
Okay, then let's
so.
be encouraging then.
Yeah, let's be encouraging. Remember, everybody, be happy. Carrie Crawford's supposed to come on the show. I keep sending her little invites, and she never does it. I don't
Meg
know
said she
why.
can't come on.
I know. Um. So yeah, she said she can't come on. I don't know if she's doing something else or what. I can't remember what she said.
Well, to be transparent, she's still dealing with a sickness. Remember, she's still
Oh yeah,
feeling
yeah.
feeling.
She's still having that problem.
Yeah, she's still feeling ill.
Wow. I'm sorry to hear that.
And
And
so
Carrie's at work, so she can't come on. But I already know where she works, and you could come on. Don't start with me, Nippy.
also, I'm sure you saw my questions last night on your show.
Yeah, you always have 8 million questions, and so I'm going to be the one asking the questions. So thank you. And I sometimes use them if they're good questions, but I'm not going to use every one of your questions, Dora. We'd
Right.
never get on with the show. You
You
know
know,
that.
what would be encouraging if you had
And
like
you know if you weren't on the air right now, you'd be peppering me with questions on the side right now if you weren't on the air with me.
well, yeah, if we had a guest.
Well,
We
that's
don't.
why I pulled you on because I'd just rather you be on than ask 8 million questions.
Yeah,
Send me the link. I'll join.
and
Be a messenger. Happy Thursday.
yeah, I
But
mean
you're on. So you haven't been right.
it's good to have like a good breakfast club on your show to like ask questions to your guests that come on your show.
Well, you know what? In the mornings, though, see, I don't want to have guests. I want to have a crew, I want to have a
Mm-hmm.
crew of people. And so
Speaking of
Carrie
which,
would be
where's
one of those crew. That's why I want to do it earlier because she doesn't get out of bed till, I think 10 o'clock in the morning or something like that.
speaking of which,
Um,
where's your buddy Billy Riley?
yeah, I don't know. I send him a link. I don't know where he is. He's sleeping maybe. I got all these friends that sleep in till God knows, till noon, 1 o'clock. I don't think Carrie has to go to work till 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So, I don't know. Oh, I love it. I love it. She's at work listening to the show, but she can't come on the show.
That's fine. We can. You know who you should have on your show sometime?
I always wait for your suggestions. Yes, to her. Who?
You're gonna love this guy. The fake Elvis, Randall Rivers.
I'm sure he would be great, but I'm sure he's a busy dude and would probably not want to come on the show. But I would. But if you want to talk like Elvis Presley, baby, I can do it. You know what I'm saying? Holy, 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 holy. Anyway.
Well, he's a good person. Oh, you got another Meg.
She says she's not back to normal, but soon, hopefully. Why did you go black again?
Because someone kept trying to call me.
You have so many fans, Tora. You so many
Well,
fans.
it's because I'm starting a new job, fairly soon. It's a 9 to 5 job, so
Where?
from home. It's for a Democratic campaign. So
You're
I'm going to be
kidding.
working for. Nope, I'm going to be working
You're
for
going to be working
them 9 to
in
5.
politics?
Yes, politics.
Shocking.
You know it. Lee, don't do that. But yeah, I'm working for them in a couple of weeks, 9 to 5, Monday to Friday. So
Have you already had the interview?
I did. I've already been onboarded, so I'm going to be starting
Did
on
you wear
August
your
7th.
red shirt?
No, why would I ever do that? Also, we're going to be discussing a lot on your Friday show this Friday. I was talking to Bill Knowles about it.
Oh, good to hear.
There's going to be some interesting sports topics on there.
All right. The only sports I'm interested in anymore is the sleeping in the bed. No, I'm kidding. I haven't had breakfast yet, and it's 30 minutes, so we're going to have to shut this down.
Hockey started yesterday.
I saw. The Caps are going to win the Stanley Cup again, right?
Yeah, I certainly hope so. But yeah, you're right. We should probably end soon unless somebody else wants to come on your show.
No, it's too late. 30 minutes. I got to have breakfast.
All right.
All right, buddy. All right, man. See you later. Thanks a lot, Tora. Take care. Well, everybody, as I said, it is time for us to roll out of here. And that's what we're going to do. Hey, I forgot one thing. Uh-oh, people are getting off. Don't get off yet because... Today is the last day of voting in the semifinals for our friend Lisa Marie, folks. So you need to go to the Maximum.com, vote today. It's something that we need to get her in there. She's our girl. We need to get her in there and as a winner of the 2020 Maxim Cover Girl contest. All right, so do that, folks. Go vote today. Go vote today. Maxim.com, Lisa Marie. All right, I'm out.